Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for many people's favorite segment, and that is my client Emma's vlogs. And she is one of my people who still runs Conjugate. She likes it. She's done very, very well on it, and we're still at the tail end of her cutting. Last time we checked in with this, she was 1 pound over our minimum limit. We've said she shouldn't go below 138. That's a number we decided on. She was at 139. So once we're done with this here shortly, another week or two, we're going to start bulking her back up. So what did her bench day look like? We got, with a normal bench press there, 125 plus 30 pounds of band tension, which, isn't really necessarily better in terms of total weight than her straight raw bench. But again, we've been cutting. So we'll see what happens with that as soon as we start bulking again. Ideally, I think our best ever bench has been about 150, 155. We would like to see that, put 10 pounds on that over the next year, But here she is doing pull-ups still. We've been alternating a little bit with pull-ups and chin-ups. I'm going to push her back towards chin-ups a bit coming up soon. Again, just to work things a little bit differently, avoid some overuse. But her bench days are pretty straightforward for max effort bench. We do a max variation right now. This week she's doing pull-ups. She does pause benching, and we do tricep press downs. All right, we do tricep press downs. Again, not a lot of exercise variation there because we don't need a lot. Right, just everything to keep her growing. All right, she got, I believe this was 190 plus band tension on a normal box squat. Keeping in mind her squat is up around, whatever, in that 235, 240 range right now for her on her back squat. So that for a box squat against bands is pretty good. We're happy with that. So we do a max effort lift right now there, which will be a squat or a deadlift variation. At the moment, I've got her doing these cambered bar good mornings, because again, we change these things up from time to time. We go through RDLs, different types of good mornings and stuff for her posterior chain. We do single leg exercises. But they talked about her and Louie getting a belt squat. And if they get a belt squat, I'm going to have her do that a lot more than this single leg stuff. I'm a big fan of the belt squat. I love it. I feel it has definitely helped me with my own squat. So we do split squats. And again, we vary it based upon what she's doing, what equipment they're using. A lot of times when she goes to commercial gyms for a bit, because they go on a lot of vacations and stuff, she'll do dumbbells. But when we're at home, we normally just use a safety bar. We make it easy. Then we follow up with reverse hypers. And for her, again, we always keep these pretty high rep. Right? We don't do the lower rep for her. We don't need it right now. One day we might go to that route. But I just use this to keep her back healthy. Because we do good mornings and other stuff for her. So she's got plenty of low back volume. So again, we do this just to, again, work the glutes a bit, get blood flow to that area, keep the back in traction, and to keep her work capacity and recovery high in her low back. Because we do a pretty heavy amount of volume overall. And you guys know how I feel about traction-based movements. Love them. One of the other reasons I like bodyweight movement so much for people. All right, speed bench. Same speed bench we run all the time. You guys can see the percentages. We always do bands. We always rotate 3 grips. We go wide, medium, and then close grip for all her sets, and we split them up through a third. Again, pretty standard West Side method there when doing banded stuff there, or banded dynamic effort benching. All right. Then we do more pull-ups. We do more pull-ups or chin-ups, depending on what we're doing. And at the moment, what I have her doing is for assistance work and accessory work. Again, on the dynamic effort day, we just do dumbbells for her. Do dumbbell chest presses. Right? We do dumbbell chest presses. We do pull-ups or chin-ups, and then we do band press downs. And, I may eventually have her do other exercises for triceps, but they've got the cables. They like to use them. I don't like their cables to go to waste because they do have them. So we tend to use a few of those things. But we also have dumbbells and other stuff. And a lot of that's very, very interchangeable. Right? A lot of that's very interchangeable. So we do dumbbell presses, and then again we finish up with the tricep press downs. Now we get over to her dynamic effort days, and most of you have figured out at this point, we occasionally rotate bars and stuff, but it's usually, unless she's at a commercial gym, speed boxes with a safety bar and bands, right? Speed boxes with safety bar and bands, and then either sumo or conventional deadlifts against bands. And we run a lot of band tension. Again, you guys can see the sheet at the start for the percentages. And as far as the deadlifts go, I usually rotate her in about 3-week waves. We just go between conventional, we go between sumo back and forth. Right? We just rotate those. We rotate those. And it helps with overuse, particularly the hips and things. And I believe she's in a conventional wave at the moment. Right? Yeah, we're in a conventional wave. So again, speed pulls. And then outside of that, it's very similar to her other days. We do split squats. Right, we do split squats. We do hanging leg raises. And we do reverse hypers. Now, obviously, if they get a belt squat coming up here later, it'll be belt squats. But the whole name of the game here is to reduce the load on the back, because we max on heavy stuff every week. Right? This is one of the reasons on a conjugate system, and particularly for someone like Emma. And again, keep in mind, not that many of my clients are on conjugate right now. Not very many at all. But I use it for people who have the equipment and the right personality, and they love it. And again, people get great results when we've done that. But one of the things that you'll notice, we do a lot of traction stuff, if possible. Right? I would love for anyone who wants to start conjugate to have a belt squat, for example. I love for them to have a reverse hyper. Because again, we want that traction on the low back. We want to do as many movements as we can where we reduce axial loading, because we max every week. Right? We max every week on a squat or a deadlift. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.